Nigeria does not have a judiciary that is an independent arm of a democratic government.
That was why I asked him.
What Nigeria has is the legal department of every government in power. That is what Nigeria has. Nigeria's judiciary is not the last hope of the common man. It is the last hope of the uncommon man. An institution that should protect everybody, no matter your class or status, has now been weaponized against the people. And only the people of Nigeria, because guess what? If you think this problem is just about Rivers State, you are being ridiculous. You are just making a joke because they test it somewhere. If you want to see what state's capture look like, you can look at Lagos State, where there is no meaningful opposition. A senator in Nigeria, Senator Ireti Kingigbe in Abuja, on a rise during the Natasha brouhaha, told the nation on TV that the National Assembly is not opposition friendly. A National Assembly that should perform oversight. Imagine a democracy without opposition. If you do not fix an electoral system to be able to hold these people accountable, wait for 2027 and see how wild this race gets.
So from what all of you are saying, right, the legislature is gone.
Captured.
The judiciary is also not necessarily standing on 2 feet. The people need to do something.
Yeah.
Guys, you're welcome back. Una they see wetin dey happen for Rivers State. So, hope you guys are seeing what is happening in Rivers State. You know, when this state of emergency was declared in Rivers State, a lot of people, some persons, they clap hand for Tinubu and Wike. Funny enough, some of those people they clap hand are not evil politicians. So the reason why they support Tinubu for what he did, the unconstitutional action when he take, that I don't really know. And a case for another matter. Now people they talk say the reason why they do this thing, say they want to take Rivers State from the backyard, leaving what is the bone of contention. That is the reason why Nyesom Wike, nothing is being done to him. And with what is happening right now in Rivers State, where the sole administrator, who in the first place is not supposed to be there, is now suspending all political appointees. Guys, now not telling us say there is something fishy. Really, there is something fishy. Because some persons argued that the reason why Nyesom Wike and Tinubu do this thing be say, election they come, and Wike for some time now, don't they try to lay his hand to milk Rivers State money. He does not have the chance because Fubara did not give him the chance to milk Rivers State money. Now with this thing where they happen, so the sole administrator is going to reappoint his own people, Nyesom Wike people, obviously. And when that is done, imagine what will happen to Rivers State money. And they laugh for river people where they dance. Una they dance, una see the plan. Obviously, what Fubara was fighting against. Now waiting what happens so for Rivers State. Now they said the sole administrator of Rivers State, retired Vice Admiral Ibok-Ete has ordered the immediate suspension of all political appointees and office holder in the state. By right, now waiting is supposed to constitutionally, now waiting they're supposed to. In a statement released on Wednesday, the chief of staff of the administrator confirmed that the decision was made under the authority granted to Abbas by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The suspension affects the secretary to the state government, the chief of staff, all commissioners, chairpersons and members of board, agencies, commissions and parastatals, as well as special advisors, special assistant and senior special assistant. Guys, honestly, wetin dey happen for Rivers State? You know this thing where they happen for Rivers State, people see and say na Rivers State matter, but obviously it's not Rivers State matter. Before you know, once they successfully take over Rivers State, and Nigerians keep quiet, the way majority of the Nigerians, they keep mute. Before you know, they go enter other states. They go enter other state, and as they enter other state, they go take over, totally taking over. Then they go turn Nigeria into one party system. So make we dey watch, make we dey clap hand for them. Maybe they do their bidding. The statement directed the affected officials to hand over their duties to the permanent secretaries of their respective ministry, departments, and agencies. Where no permanent secretary is available, the most senior director or head of administration will take over leadership responsibility. Guys, it's happening. And now Nigerians have reacted. They said they started this lawlessness injustice with Senator Natasha. Most of you were complaining and supporting them. Now it's spreading like a wildfire. You people are winning. The injustice you started must continue unless you called a spade a spade. Really, Nigerians are clapping hands. Natasha, bring your proof and all of that. The way Tinubu is going about this, I fear after he said the 6 months, if these political grabbers would ever allow Fubara to come back. Tinubu is trying everything to capture and forcefully deliver Rivers State into APC hand. Guys, in case I forget, Ganduje, the APC party chairman, come out talking openly. We must take over Rivers State no matter what. And really, that is what is playing out. Wike don't say and say with Fubara there, say go hard down to deliver Rivers State, because if you check as Wike and the people they talk, they go always start saying Fubara is disobeying the law, but he keep going around the commission project. They don't say and say with that project where Fubara they do, the way they deliver, say Fubara is gaining publicity. Say people don't they like Fubara. That is the reason why they want to stop him from carrying out those projects, from making the people not to like him. That is obviously what is happening in Rivers State. And those people they clap hand for him. But now continue they share for them until una koro eye they go take over the whole Nigeria and nothing will go feed you. We don't say as just Rivers State and some few places now they don't take. Imagine. Guys, imagine the time they take over the whole country. People, they talk now with fear. So imagine when they take over the whole country, whether you and I, we'll not go fit talk again, no. So guys, I'm going to drop this video of a Rivers State man. Make una hear waiting and get to talk. And please, after watching, drop your comment with us in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Thanks and bye. Please watch to the end. Make you see as the man reveal that Wike, the reason why Wike is doing this is because he planted Fubara in the first place there. Because of saying he won't take over the state. But when Fubara enter, Fubara conscience say no, this cannot continue. That is the cause of this whole fight.
Good morning, my fellow Rivers men and women. March the 18th, 2025 marked a turnaround in the affairs of Rivers State and its people. So every 18th of March will always be remembered in Rivers State as the day that the greed of one man and his pursuit of inordinate ambitions, alongside that of 27 members of our society that was formally elected to the Rivers State House of Assembly to make laws for Rivers State and its people, eventually sold the state. And so every March 18th will be remembered in Rivers State as a Rivers State day of greed and grief. That said, we saw after elections that every state in Nigeria, governors and their people alike, were working hard, trying to compete for excellence, trying to do their best for the development of their people. But there hasn't been any opportunity in Rivers State for Rivers State and our people to focus on the real issues and develop themselves. It has been one political turmoil, one problem orchestrated by one man whose insatiable quest to control the state resources has driven him wild. And to a great extent, he remained uncurbed, unchecked by a president who had allowed him unfettered powers to reign terror over his people. Like I predicted at the end of an empire, and the emperors will always come. And when it comes, even those whose time are to be cut short would not know that their time was up. The president knows, and perhaps he still blames us for Obi's widespread victory in Rivers State, and continues to coddle the man who orchestrated the infamous attack on democracy. And that is why Mr. President folded his arms this long and allowed his minister and their boys to wage political insurrection in Rivers State. These people are insurrectionists and they are anarchists. The president allowed them to rain terror on Rivers State. The president took side from day one and never wanted to give the governor a chance at all. But unfortunately, the governor was elected by the people. And so there was no two ways about it. I was going to bully him either way. He did all his best during the presidential accord. And when that didn't work, resorted to the infamous decision of the Supreme Court that will remain one of the dents in the judicial history of Nigeria. Nigerians watched everybody folded their arms, some cheered, some watched and did nothing. As a state blessed by God, with abundance human and material resources, continued to be plunged in crisis just because one man wants the soul of the state. He planted the governor as a conduit to continually and essentially milk dry the state. When the governor, as a man of conscience, realized himself that this is unattainable, and so they called for his head. Simfora, you have tried, you have been firm all this long. This fight is not over yet. It is not. But it is unfortunate to see a battalion of supporters of the minister and their social media boys who probably didn't pass English properly or didn't go to school at all, to flog the internet celebrating the appointment of a sole administrator in Rivers State. It is shameful. It is shameful. You're celebrating the appointment of a sole administrator in your state, as though that is your saving grace. You should be ashamed of yourself. This reminds us of the parable about King Solomon and the dead baby. The lady who wished that the baby that was alive be shared into two. You can see them online celebrating. Why the lady who said, let the child live. And when the child grows up, the child will always know who his true parents are. That was the real owner of the baby. Those celebrating the appointment of a sole administrator, of course, knew they had lost out in Rivers State. And so for you, President Tinubu, you are making yourself a market that will be difficult to sell to Rivers people. We know our people. We are not intimidated. We cannot be bullied into submission. We cannot bend. We cannot kneel. No matter your knee on our throat, on our neck, we will not surrender. We will not surrender. Rivers people cannot surrender. Governments come and governments go. Empires and emperors rise and they fall. If it is your time, you reign. When your time is up, you go away from the scene. You can't have your knee on our neck. You can't. What is this? I am sure those who were issuing ultimatums and impeachment notices, you can now continue. Look at it. Immediately after elections, we went to court. From the tribunals to the Court of Appeal, your matters were yet to be decided. The final declarations were yet to be made. Final decisions were yet to be made by the Court of Appeal. Most of you started this problem and defected. In Mr. President's Peace Accord, paragraph 3, you all acknowledge to have defected from the PDP to the APC. That meeting was presided over by Mr. President. Suddenly, you guys did no longer defect. Mr. President, under his watch, this anarchy is taking place under your watch. As though that is not enough, your Supreme Court wrote the most infamous judgments in the history of Nigeria. Under your watch, that is not enough. What people don't know is that this only was to save your minister. We have said, if you have the cards, go ahead and impeach, let us see. If you think you have the cards, go ahead and impeach. Oh, the next thing is to turn around and lobby for a sole administrator in your state. Out of the 36 states in the country, several ministers and appointed political office holders, only your state now has a sole administrator, and you people are rejoicing that you have won. What did you win? It's a shame and a dent on your person. History will continue to remember you for the wrong reasons. It will mock your generations to come, because at that time, people will realize how far they have drifted away from normalcy. Mr. President, your dislike for Rivers people is becoming very evident, and you have to check it. Whatever lies you have been told, I am sure you will sit back someday and look at these actions of yours today and realize how you have been deceived into taking a decision that will remain very unpopular for the generations to come. And for you, Governor Sim, after 6 months or during the course of 6 months, they will invite you and try to talk you into submission, try to hoodwink you into accepting a useless resolution like the one that you accepted the first time. There cannot be a worse situation than this. There can't be a worse situation than this. Your insistence must be, let the status quo remain. Let the status quo remain. I'm sure the 27 people who have not earned salary since 1 year ago, they will now earn from sole administrator. Look at it. Under our watch, every one of us are watching. Somebody wants to squeeze his state, haven't handed over as governor. He wants to return his brother as acting governor via the back door by carrying out an impeachment that looked more like a coup.